President Trump is expected to issue an order as early as this week to withdraw U.S. troops from Afghanistan, to draw those down to 2,500 troops. And now our colleague Jake Tapper is learning, according to sources familiar with the matter, that the recently fired Secretary of Defense Mark Esper warned the White House in a memo earlier this month that any further drawdowns in U.S. troops were not advised, essentially saying that that was the unanimous consensus of the chain of command, that the U.S. should not withdraw more troops from Afghanistan until conditions on the ground had been met, and that it was the unanimous consensus at that time that those conditions had not yet been met when Secretary Esper sent that memo to the White House earlier this month. And those sources also telling Jake Tapper that that is one of the main reasons why the president is believed to have fired Secretary of Defense Esper last week. Wolf?
This is a really serious development. All right, Jeremy, thank you very much. Let's get some more on all of this. Our chief political analyst, Gloria Borger, is with us. Our CNN political correspondent, Abby Phillip, is here. And our CNN political correspondent, Arlette Saenz, is also back with us. She's in Delaware. This new report, Gloria, that Jake is reporting on, that Esper sent a classified memo to the White House warning against this kind of immediate unilateral U.S. withdrawal of troops from Iraq and Afghanistan. It was the unanimous recommendation of the top military brass, including the U.S. military central commander, Marine General Kenneth McKenzie, also the head of the NATO mission in Afghanistan, General Austin Miller, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Mark Milley, not to do this, but the president is now ordering this, and his interim, his temporary Secretary of Defense, who is just coming in, apparently he's going to go along with the president.
Look, this is a president who wants to get a bunch of things done that were on his checklist before he leaves office. And the professionals on whom he apparently relied, that's past tense because he's fired Esper, told him not to do it until conditions on the ground were met. And conditions on the ground, according to them, had not been met. The Taliban had not been making any breaking with al-Qaeda, for example, things like that. And so we now know unequivocally that the president is just taking matters into his own hands, not listening to his national security people, not listening to his defense people, but before he leaves office, wanting to do whatever he wants so he can leave and say to the American people who supported him, look, I promised you I would do this, you know, end these wars, and that is what I did, even though in the end it could mean trouble for Joe Biden.